Three fastest times. Here is one of the fastest women in the world, Shericka Jackson of Jamaica.
Let's start the show with a very weird coincidence. Like Fred Curley, Shericka Jackson was bronze medalist in the 400 at the last World Championships. Since then, she sort of converted to the 100, and now she's one of the favorites for gold here.
Did the double in the recent Jamaican Championships, 100, 200. Did that surprise you?
No, it did not. She's been having that kind of a year. This is Bahamas' Antonique Strawn, who is better at 200, but has run 10.99 this year. She made her third Olympic appearance in Tokyo, where she got as far as the semifinals in the 200.
And that's going to be a good comparison for her to put herself against Jackson. Jackson is in 2, Strawn is in 3 on the right-hand side of your screen.
So Shericka Jackson is trained by the man Stephen Francis, who used to coach Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and used to coach Elaine Thompson-Herah. She's the last one left. Those two have departed, and she has been having the best season of her life in any event. So these two know each other pretty well. Strawn trains in Jamaica, even though she competes for the Bahamas. And here we go.
Al-Shamari of Kuwait right alongside them. Xiao Jing of China in lane 5. Safronova of Kazakhstan in 6. Hobbs, and then Lancequout of Great Britain.
Remember how fast the men's heats were yesterday afternoon.
Well, Fred Curley set the tone, didn't he?
let's see if the women want to go quite that fast.
Curley set the tone with a 9.79 just to light this place up. First of 7 women's 100-meter heats.
Set.
And there have been a lot of Jamaican fans come into Hayward Field this afternoon in preparation for this evening. And here's Shericka Jackson on the far side. No worries. She's got this under control and eases up for an 11.02. That was a very comfortable win.
The answer to my question is no. The women are not going to run as fast as the men, at least so far, because Jackson got off the gas very early into that run and was content to just control the race from the front. She gets 11.02 for her efforts. She is easily into the semifinal. What about Hobbs out of lane 7 of New Zealand? She just set an Oceania record in 11.08. Strawn up for 3rd for the Bahamas. So Hobbs there with a phenomenal first round. Area record, personal best, and she's into the semifinals. That's the first real surprise of this first round.
Been a couple of good runs by the Kiwis.
Yeah,
the last 2 nights.
Nikisha had a great run yesterday on the men's side. So here's another look. The second fastest woman in the world in 2022 with 10.77, Shericka Jackson. But you see how far off of the gas she is. She is literally just striding home. I think she looked at the field and said, you know what, as long as I clear Antonique to my right, there's nobody else to her right that's going to trouble me. So that's exactly what she did. She just kept herself ahead of Antonique Strawn. Easy work.
Xiao Jing of China got out of the blocks perhaps the most effectively, but once the others hit top gear, let's take a look at Shericka Jackson from the front. Part of that powerhouse Jamaican team at the Tokyo Olympics last year.
And like Fred Curley, what she did this year is she worked on her start. She went to the World Indoors, where she finished in 6th place. And when she started to run good 60 meters, everybody went, uh-oh, because we know she can finish, and she has the strength of a quarter miler, just like Fred Curley.
At the 2022 World Athletics Championships in Oregon, Shericka Jackson showcased her authority in the 100m discipline, advancing to the semi-finals with apparent ease. Recognized as one of the world's elite sprinters, Jackson entered the event as a frontrunner, and her commanding performance in the opening round reaffirmed her position. Lining up in the first of 7 heats, Jackson faced notable opposition from Antonique Strawn of the Bahamas and New Zealand's Zoe Hobbs, both accomplished athletes. Despite the stiff competition, Jackson's advancement was never in jeopardy. Trained by the esteemed Stephen Francis, famous for guiding legends like Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Elaine Thompson-Herah, Jackson had been experiencing a career-defining season. Her smooth shift from the 400m to shorter distances had been nothing short of remarkable, underscored by her emphatic wins in both the 100m and 200m at the Jamaican Championships. Right from the gun, Jackson exhibited command of the race. She reacted sharply from the blocks, blending a composed demeanor with explosive power. As the race unfolded, her transition through the phases was fluid, pulling away from her rivals with minimal visible effort. Nearing the finish, she noticeably eased off, gliding across the line in 11.02 seconds. This calculated tactic was a clear effort to conserve energy for the more demanding rounds ahead, while still asserting her superiority. Trailing Jackson, Hobbs impressed with a career-best performance, clocking 11.08 seconds to set a new Oceania record. It was a defining achievement for the New Zealander, who joined Jackson and third-placed Strachan in automatic qualification to the next round. A standout aspect of Jackson's heat was her extraordinary poise and race intelligence. She demonstrated a refined understanding of sprint strategy, maintaining an optimal balance of speed and effort. Fully aware she didn't need to expend her maximum, Jackson relied on flawless technique and steady acceleration. Her seasoned approach ensured she preserved her strength for the decisive stages. Observers and fans alike recognized that she had held back, leaving anticipation high for the upcoming semi-finals and final, where she was expected to fully display her capabilities. Jackson's efficient race management mirrored that of Fred Kerley, who also successfully transitioned from the 400m to the 100m. Her blend of raw pace and endurance, developed over years in longer events, positioned her as a dangerous competitor. Recent work on her start mechanics, a crucial element in her progression, further bolstered her credentials as a title favorite. Beyond her individual efforts, Jackson formed part of a dominant Jamaican sprint team that included reigning world champion Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. With multiple medal contenders from Jamaica, the squad appeared poised for success, and the excitement among their supporters was well-founded. Considering the wider picture, Jackson's run marked the beginning of what promised to be a thrilling championship. Although her heat time didn't break records, it highlighted her strategic mindset and efficiency. The real challenge loomed in the final rounds, where maximum effort would be necessary to pursue gold. As the event moved forward, Shericka Jackson remained a central figure, not just as a finalist, but as a legitimate contender for the world crown. Her smooth advancement laid the groundwork for an epic showdown among the globe's top sprinters, further cementing her status as one of the sport's elite figures.